Oos, boys.
Oos.
I got the goods. I got the goods.
Let's see what you got for me.
Got the goods.
What is it? Let's take a look.
What do you got, brother? Got the goods. How do I open this thing, man? Ooh. Hey.
What's this? Ooh.
What is this?
How'd you get one of these?
Don't know, man. This is dangerous.
Looks very nice though.
Weapon of mass destruction, this one here.
That's for me, right?
Yeah. It's yours, bro. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Wow, 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 look at that.
Yeah.
And what is it?
What is it? Is it a I'm sorry, is it
Strike!
Oos. What's up, team? We're back at ISO fishing at Croydon Park. This time, it's with the smaller but bigger brother.
That's it. Will from ISO here.
With Will, and we're going to be talking about something exciting, eh? It's
Very exciting.
It's a big new release from Daiwa, one that we've all been waiting for, and it's
This
new
thing right here.
Saltiga. New Saltiga, man.
25 Saltiga. Exciting?
Mate, let me touch it. Let's go.
Please do.
Let me touch that thing.
Here you go, Hadi, you have the honors.
Oh. Oh.
How's that?
Yeah, I can already feel it's slightly heavier. Mm-hmm. Slightly heavier, but it still has that same feel though.
That's it.
And
Nice and smooth.
you can tell it's a bigger size, eh?
You notice, nice.
Yeah.
That's a pretty key point that they've brought out with new ones. It's definitely gotten a bit larger.
So this is
Body
10,000, right?
This is 10K, that's correct.
Oh man. Same color scheme though.
Yeah, color scheme
that.
is still the same.
That's awesome, man. All right, look, I'm gonna hand it back to you. Walk us through some of these features, and then we'll talk about some of the other things like the weight and all that type of stuff. The usual stuff that Team Kingies want to know.
Exactly.
But yeah, walk us through what's the difference on this one, man.
No worries. So the first thing about 25 Saltiga is that it's got a whole new power drive design. So what that power drive design does is two major components, which is the power drive engine and the power drive rotor. So obviously for the Team Kingy boys, you guys catching big fish. You guys want a big, strong engine. Yeah. So what they've done is they've got the tough digi gears. They're 10% wider and 6% thicker.
On the gears?
Yep.
Far out.
So that's why they've had to house it in a larger body.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a bit larger. Well, the actual body itself has grown larger compared to the previous one.
Show us the old one. Let's take a look at the old one. Let's compare.
Let's take a little comparison here. Take a look.
Right.
So that's a 2020 Saltiga, that's a 25 Saltiga.
Wow. Yeah, that's a considerable difference, man.
Yeah, it is. You know what? Just for you, Hadi, I've actually got a little ruler here. Let me try to find it.
Got a ruler?
I had it. Oh. Here it is, trusty little ruler.
All right.
So let's actually measure out the engine plates real quick.
Let's take a look at the old one.
So this one here.
You want me to hold it?
Yes, if you could.
Yeah. Just, we're gonna do this. All right, go.
Get that angle, that's it. Beautiful, so that's about roughly 50 mils.
Okay.
Give or take a couple mils.
Right, let's take a look at this one.
It's the important one. And that one is about 60 mils actually, yeah. About 58 to 60 mils.
10 mil difference.
Yeah, that's 20% jump up in the engine plate size.
So what does that do? That just gives you more of a cranking power?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah,
so the main point of it, right, is that to have a bigger gear in there, you have to have a bigger engine plate, because the actual drive gear, you can know roughly the size by actually checking how big the engine plate is. That's pretty much how large that gear is. So that's where most of that torque and that force goes into. Yeah. That's going to be really the heart of the reel.
So the material is all the same?
Material, yes.
Design is all the same?
Yep, so the actual gear material hasn't changed. It's a G1 duralumin, or duraluminum for us Aussies. Yeah. And that's always been a very impressive. Like the 2020 Saltiga, the gear set's just known to be extremely powerful. Yeah. That cranking power is insane on it, so.
All right, well, look, just to compare the size, have you got another reel we can compare it to with the size of the...
For this one here?
Yeah.
We've actually got, check out the Saltist.
So is this the old sizes? So the old Saltigas would be the same equivalent?
Yeah, that's correct. So
what size is that? Is that 20,000?
It's a 20K. That's massive. Yeah. It's a big boy.
I didn't measure this, man. It's pretty much the same, isn't it?
It's looking very similar. You know what? Once again, trusty ruler.
Yeah,
you can check it out.
Let's check this out. Well, this one was what, 59, wasn't it?
The new one was, yeah, about 58 to 60 mils.
Yeah, let's see that.
And that saltist is, you know what? It's sitting at about also 60 mils. So it might be like 1 or 2 mil larger.
Yeah, yeah.
But pretty much you've got the size of a 20K gear set in the new one, which is
the 10,000.
In the 10K,
That's
exactly.
insane, man.
That's pretty insane.
That's insane. Just in case. Just in case.
Exactly. And one other thing about the power drive engine, right?
Yeah.
So what they've done is they've also made a new roller oscillation system.
Okay.
So probably just a bunch of fancy words to you, but trust me, it makes a difference.
He knows me. All right, the roller system is in the, which one? Inside, what are you talking about?
Inside.
Yeah, right,
So
okay.
it's actually a part of the gears, essentially.
Yeah, right.
So what it is they've run 2 bearings on kind of like 2 posts to get the actual reel to slide up and down, to oscillate up and down.
Yeah.
And they've improved that, and they've made it 20% more efficient.
Okay.
Yeah, so that kind of sliding up and down, which means your line retrieve is going to be a bit nicer.
Nicer, yeah, okay.
It's going to make it feel smoother when there's pressure on the actual reel, and when the line's pulling out, you can actually crank it a bit easier because it's that much more efficient.
Okay.
So it makes a surprising difference.
All right, well, what are the difference cosmetically? What are the difference, man? Walk us through some of the slight differences between the old and the new.
Well, you know what? I'm going to actually let you take a quick peek here.
Yeah.
What kind of things do you notice straight away?
Okay, so what do they call these, man?
The rotors?
The bolt?
The bolts. Okay, so the actual screws for the bail and the line rollers.
Look at that. It's
look at that.
It's actually closed up, so that kind of seals it up. What else can I see? I mean, obviously there's cutouts.
Yeah,
on the handle and the
spool as well.
The spool.
Yeah. This one's a big one.
What's that? Is it a massive difference, or?
Yeah, so that's actually the bail wire.
What's the difference? Oh, it's a bit bent.
Correct.
Right, so if you could take a look at this, there's a slight bend. What does that do?
So it's actually pretty important. So when you're casting out, right? At times on the drop, or especially when you're drilling on the drop down, when you try to flick that bail wire over, sometimes you get a bit of shuddering because that line's peeling out really quick.
Right.
So essentially what that curve does is it pops the line, well, pretty much it brings the line back to the line roller instantly.
Okay.
So pretty much in 99% of cases, you're not going to have that shuddering of the bail wire.
Right, okay.
So that's really important because, look, when you're onto a fish, when it's going really hard, especially that fish of a lifetime, you're going to want your reel to engage straight away. Any little delay can obviously reduce your chances in actually landing the fish.
Okay.
So that's what it helps it out in.
Right.
Yeah.
Drag knob is slightly different, the color scheme. Size-wise, it looks kind of similar.
I think so. I think diameters are very similar.
It's got that slick power drive.
Maybe very slick.
That's important. That's really important. But yeah, man, still, it looks good. It looks good.
100%.
That's,
sorry,
what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, as Hadi pointed out, it doesn't have any like exposed screws, so all those bolts, they're pretty much all hidden. So these have always been a bit of a salt deposit. So if you've got these screws exposed with lots of cuts in them, salt gets into, starts corroding inside there, that's always been pretty common.
Yeah.
So that gets rid of that kind of issue.
Right. Now, big question. Can this new reel, can you fit the old spool and the old handle of the Saltiga?
Well, funny thing is, yes.
Yeah.
You can. So
let's test it out. Let's go.
Let's try it out. Why not? Like a lot of guys have spare spools for the 2020 Saltigas, and you obviously don't want those going to waste because they're not the cheapest thing out there, right?
Yeah. Or the SLP, aftermarket handles and stuff like that. And a lot of us Saltiga fans, we buy these extra stuff for our reel. Jeez, man, what's going on here?
Pop it off.
There you go.
There we go.
I don't want to damage this thing, man.
Well, of course.
Let's try this out. Let's give that a go.
So that's an old spool going on the new reel. Is it going to fit? Yes, it is.
Well, are you using the old? Is that the new drag knob? Or?
That's a new drag knob right there.
Try that.
So we're going to pop that. So it's a new drag knob, new reel with the older spool. Looking promising so far. Can we hear that drag yet? There we go.
Hey,
that's a beautiful sound.
That's good, man. Let's try the handle. See if.
Let's go for it.
It looks about the same, but I gotta admit the new one looks better.
Looks a bit nicer, and the colours maybe slightly different. I think.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, it's lighter. It's a lighter blue.
Touch lighter blue, which is funny because the actual body itself is slightly darker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, ever so slightly.
Yeah, no one's gonna notice that.
Exactly. Except me and you.
All right, there you go.
Hardy, I'll let you do the
It fits,
honors.
man.
Take a look.
Jeez, there you go. All right, for those guys like myself that already own a Saltiga 20, it means you're gonna have a spare spool if you buy a new one, a new reel, the new 25 Saltiga.
Exactly.
All right, man. Anything else to call out here?
I think there's one other important thing to call out. We kind of touched on it.
Right.
But so there's the power drive engine, which is that main component there, the actual body. And then that top half, which is here and up, that's a power drive rotor.
Okay.
So we already hit one of the notes, which was that bale wire rather.
Bale wire, yeah.
So that bale wire is a new design, as I said, brings the line back to the line roller.
Yeah.
And that line roller has been improved as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
In what way is it?
So what they've told us is that it's called the tough line roller now.
Right.
And it spins 3% smoother.
The tough line roller.
Tough line roller.
Because it spins faster.
Well, yeah, it spins smoother.
Smoother.
Faster as well, actually. Under high pressure, if it's smoother, it'll be faster.
All right. I like that, man.
Yes.
I like that. Hey, you know what? Let's do what we normally do.
Hey.
And that's, we got to weigh this stuff up.
Of course.
Because it's all about the weight.
It's all about the weight.
It's all about the weight.
Did you want to do this with the spools on, or did you want to do them all separate?
No, let's do it separate. Let's do spools separately, and then the body separately, and then maybe we can do one with both.
All of it together? Sounds good. There we go.
So that's the old. This is the old spool here.
That's an old spool. This is all the components of the new 25 Saltiga.
Right. Okay.
Wait, forgot about the handle. Got to give you the handle.
We're gonna take off the handle.
So
all right. Let's
I'll give you that.
All right. Well, let's weigh them separately. We'll start with the old spool, and then we'll do the old spool versus the new spool, handle versus handle, and then the body versus body. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
So that's including the drag knob.
Including the drag knob. So the old spool comes at 130 grams.
Not bad.
130 grams with the drag knob.
With the drag knob. That's correct.
What's that one there?
The new one with the drag knob comes to
131.
131. That's interesting.
Is it the drag knob?
I think it is.
Let's go take it off. Let's go take it off. Let's see. All right, without the drag knob, right? Without the drag knob is 97.7.
Okay, and that's for the 2020 Saltiga.
Yeah.
The new 25 Saltiga. Wow, there we go.
93. It's the drag knob.
It's a drag knob. So how much do they weigh?
All right, so the old drag knob, the 20 drag knob is 33 grams.
Versus the new one, which is 38. Okay.
That's interesting, eh?
I wonder why.
I don't know, man.
Look, that's something that Daiwa's gonna have to expand on, but
it's probably got something in there to make it a bit more heavier.
yeah, well, it's definitely got more material, and it's in such a small piece. It's about 15% heavier, which means maybe. Look, this is just an assumption here. Could be like better heat dissipation.
Could be, man.
Could be something like that.
Could be.
Not 100% sure though.
Could be. All right, 20 handle, 78.5.
78.5.
What do you got for the new?
The new one.
80.
Ooh, 80 on the dot.
What did I say was the old one?
Did you say 70.5?
80.
78.5. Okay.
78.5. Just 1.5 grams. That's nothing. All right.
Yeah. Go for it. I was just going to say there's cuts in it, so they've taken weight out of it, but it's still heavier.
That's interesting.
Would that mean that it's longer, possibly? You can do a quick comparison. What do you think?
Nah, it could be the quality, man. It could be the quality of the material or something.
It would have to be, right?
Because this thing here does, even though there's cutouts, it actually feels more solid than this aluminium knob.
No, so it could be that. Or it could be thicker, who knows? But if it's heavier, usually it's got more power.
Usually, yeah, I like that. All right, the body. We've got 440 grams for the 20 Saltiga, 440.
Versus, Hardy, you're gonna have to read that. I can't see it from here.
470.
Ooh, 30 grams difference.
30 grams difference.
It's a big amount.
Okay.
It's a fair bit.
So they've put in more material, or there's more put into this new reel.
Seems like it.
Right, in even though the body is not too much of a, the structure is not too much of a difference other than this gear.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess to house that gear, they've had to expand everything, so everything's gotten larger.
And it has to be heavier. Like if you're gonna have bigger gear, you're gonna have to have, I guess, tougher material for other parts of it. Okay, that makes sense, man. That makes sense.
470 for that gear. Oh, sorry, for that body.
Let's put this all together and let's weigh it up. Jeez, I've got one of these and I still struggle, man. What's going on? Come on, bro.
Hey, look, it's going to be a struggle for everyone.
There you go.
Does sound nice, I'll tell you that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Got my reel handle. All right, let's do the 20. What's the overall weight? It's 649 grams.
649. To keep it simple, let's just say 650 versus. Let's just hope that stays on the scale.
650.
681.6.
681, which is 30 grams.
30 grams. So it's essentially just the body. It's just the body.
Yeah.
Everything else is about the same weight.
Yeah. That's interesting, man.
Do you reckon it'll make much of a difference?
I don't think so. I don't think so. The way we fish anyway. The way we fish, 30 grams probably not as much.
Shouldn't be much, eh? So it's a good trade-off. A little bit of extra weight, but you get that much more power.
You got more power, you got more crank.
Yeah,
right. All right. Well, anything else to call out with this new reel, man?
I actually almost forgot. There's something very important. So there's Daiwa's new drag system. Right. So it's very rare they get a revamped drag system, but they've got the new 𝓷𝓷 system. Right. So essentially how that is it's for only the larger sizes, which means 8 to 14,000 won't have the 𝓷𝓷 just as standard. However, the 18,000, 20,000, and the new 25,000 size, those three will have 𝓷𝓷.
And what's the 𝓷𝓷? What's the difference?
So the 𝓷𝓷, what they've done is they've made a full metal drag stack.
Right.
Are you aware that previously it was either felt or carbon?
Yeah, that's right. Carbon is usually what we prefer, yeah.
So in the 2020, it's got a carbon drag stack. In the new one, in the bigger sizes, they're on the _𝓷𝓷 metal drag stack. It's essentially a metal plate. Right. And it's got little rollers on it. If I'm not mistaken, it's layers of about 8 plates with rollers and 8 plates in between. And that essentially makes a full metal drag. So what that does is it gives you 5 times more durability of the drag.
And what about the heat though? Heat being metal.
See, that's the funny thing. Heat actually reduces the performance of carbon drags. Yeah. As opposed to the new 𝓷𝓷, what that's supposed to do is that it mitigates that. Because it's actually made out of metal, it's got the rollers, it actually reduces friction.
Okay, I get you.
But it won't reduce your drag capacity, so it's still 30 kilos.
Wow.
Yeah.
When are they coming out? Is that coming out with the release?
Yeah, so for the 18, 20 and 25, it's stock standard. Right. But then the funny thing is, so SLP Works are going to make a spool in a 14,000 size, which has the 𝓷𝓷 addition to it. Yeah. So you can get a spare spool, you can put it on
aftermarket.
It's aftermarket. Damn. That's it. So it's a bit of an upgrade in case you need it. Yeah, but honestly speaking, majority of anglers on an 8, 10, 14K reel won't need it. Yeah, it's nice to have, but look, if you need it, the option's there. If you don't want it, you don't need it.
All right, man. Yeah. So when's the release? When are we going to see these reels coming out in numbers?
These ones. So we've got the 8,000, 10,000, and 14,000. They're coming out in April. Right. And then we've got the remaining 18, 20, and 25s coming out in May.
Right. It's only a month difference.
It's about a month or so. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, you know what? Look, I'm really liking this, man. It's not too much different to my reel, the 20 Saltiga. It's interchangeable with the spool and the handle. It can go into the new reel, so you don't have to get rid of that. You know, if you have spare ones also. It's got more cranking power. Still looks good.
It looks beautiful.
Feels right. What else can you say, man? It's I think Daiwa's done it again. I
think so. Look, honestly speaking, like most people didn't think the 2020 Saltiga could be upgraded. Yeah. So a lot of people were skeptical about, so what are they going to do with the new 25 ones, right? Yeah. But they've clearly made a big difference. So they're innovating beyond what we thought was possible. Yeah. So that's been really cool.
Well, like for me, you know, a slight improvement at 2% or even 1%, you know, that could make a difference. If you can, if you hook up to that really big fish, you know, that could make a difference whether you land it or not. You know what I mean? Especially off the rocks.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, that's really informative, man, and hopefully I'll be able to get one when it comes out. But I know everyone's been waiting for this, so it's really exciting. When it does come out, we'll do another video, I guess, and
sounds good.
maybe of me opening up a new reel.
Ooh, that's gonna be nice. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for your time, Hadi.
Good one, brother. We'll talk soon, man.
Sounds good. See you soon.
Guys.